Hi, hello viewers, welcome back to my channel once again. This is Dharanz. In this video, we're going to look at how to build a theme switcher for your website or application. Nowadays, a modern website needs a multiple themes, a variety of themes that you can customize your UI in the based on the theme which you apply or which apply by the user. Let's see how we can do it. Before we do, I would like to show an end result. This is what we are going to implement. Now we can see some headings are there, letters, text, and the background and the header container, everything is in here. Once I change the color, blue, pink, or dark, it changes in the background and the text as well. If you want to change the size of the text or size of the image, you can do whatever you want because we're going to use individual CSS files for each and every themes switch classes. So it no longer be an issue. And once you set up with one color, and even though you refresh a page, it stays in the color by the session storage. Let's see how we can implement it. As you can see in the left hand side, I have three files: index.html and script and style sheet for that, and in the right hand side that's an empty side. Now we can implement a basic HTML, and I would like to import the style.css and the script.js. Make sure you are adding an attribute called defer, so the script.js will load after the HTML elements has been loaded. And for theme switcher, for forecasting, I would like to create one link relation as style sheet by leaving href as empty and mentioning its ID as switcher ID. This is the one which is gonna dynamically render each and every style sheet for each and every theme to this link relation at the base of style.css. So to do that, basically I need a header background and switchers image and this heading and text. For that, it simply can create header. Inside the header there is one h1. In the h1 it's theme switcher, and I have created a dev for all the switches. Have a class called theme switches. Inside theme switches, I need 4 switches with each and every theme style. So it owns with a common class of switch to have some styles. So it has a common class of switch. We have 4 of this, and all having the data theme. We are going to get a data which is simply as a theme name that is going to be a class name for the each and individual themes, which we're going to render from the JavaScript to this link DOM element. First one is light, the sky, purple, and dark. So let me have it. Okay, and I'm gonna create an ID for each and every switches to give unique color to the switches. So I'm gonna create ID, which is switch 1. The same goes to all the switches. Switch 2, switch 3, switch 4. Once you save it, you can see we have an header, and there is a div class called container. Under the container we have another div called box. Inside the box we have image. So I'm just rendering a random image from the web. Once you save it, you can have an image. Under the box, you can have a div says text. Inside that, you will have h3, which is heading, and have p paragraph, which contain this one in Texas. So once you save it, you see those are basic layout. Now we can go and give some styles to this site. So in style.css, I would like to create a root object which gives common color theme for throughout this file. So in the style.css, I can have four colors, color variables, which is light, sky, purple, dark. I would suggest to maintain a same naming format which we have used to set a data theme. It will use to manage all the files and the variable naming conventions in the same scale. So I'm gonna give some styles to the body. Should be margin 0 and the padding 0. Font family, I'd like to give this. And I have to give some heading for headers. Just align should be center. And font sizes. And I would like to set a padding for this. Top and bottom should be 50 px. Left and right can be 0. And I would like to give style to theme switches, which is a header of our theme switches. Display must be flex, and justify content should be center. After that, I'm gonna give a common styles to the switch class. Once you save it, you can have a similar kind of styles, and I can have a container, box, image, and rest of the styles, which is already boilerplated from previous code. You can have it. I'll mention the source in the description. You can go ahead and check it out. So we almost said the main focus on the theme switcher, the changes, whatever the change you are going to apply your website, all the changes go into the dynamic files which you are creating for each themes. The base styles only places in with the style.css to reduce minimalistic code. You can simply have here, you can have a border for each and every switches. You can have styles for each and every switches. You cannot apply the same styles to our rendering files itself because it has a chunk of code that you are using the same line of code into many places, which cannot be happened. So this minimalistic of basic boilerplate template or basic style is enough in style.css. The main, we have to apply a switch color for each and every switches. We already set an ID, which is switch 1. I can set a background color from the variable of light. The same goes for rest of the switches, which is 2, sky, which is 3, purple, and this is for dark. Once you save it, you can see since it's a light color, you cannot see it. However, we are going to set this as a background color. If you need, you can set it as border MPX solid. I already have a dark, so we can have a dark. You can see that's a white color as well. So we're going to implement JavaScript, going to give individual click events for each and every switches and render the style sheet dynamically to the script.js. For that, we can go to JavaScript and we can have a switches from the class switch. Get element by class name. We're gonna set a class called switch. We're gonna loop the switch. I'm gonna give a click event for each and every switch. And I'm gonna get a theme from a data theme attribute. To do that, you can simply say I dot dataset dot theme. If you are not familiar with DOM manipulations, I have made a dedicated video for how to manipulate DOM elements using JavaScript. I'll give you a card in the top right corner. You can go ahead and check it out. And I'm gonna create one class called setTheme. This is the function called setTheme. This is a function we're gonna process to set a theme to the href tag for the link DOM element. Now, function called setTheme going to have a theme. Now I can make a switch which has a theme. For case light, we have to get switcher ID and set href as themes light.css. We are going to create this light.css in a minute. Return. This same thing goes for the rest of the styles. This is star. That's it. We're done creating. Once you click it, nothing going to change because we didn't created those individual style sheet for this custom switches. So make sure I mention correct switcher ID. Okay. Now I'm gonna create a folder called themes. Under that, I already mentioned to have a same naming convention for the themes, attributes, and the class object. CSS, same goes to first in the light.css, we have to create a root. I just want to change only the background color of a header and the text color of this header and the background color of the body and text color of the body. For that, we can simply have 4 variables. You can set color in the way you want. Then you need to change the body. The body have background color. The background color goes with a variable of back color, and it should have a color. The color goes with a variable of primary color. It has the text colors. The same goes to header. The header background should be header back, and header's text color should be header text. Once you save it and click it, see, your background has been changed, your text has been changed, and everything is working as expected. But it's not yet. We have to do the same changes for the rest of the files. You can copy this, put it in the sky, and change only the colors to match a sky theme. The same goes to dark and the purple. In the dark, the color should be changed, and for the purple, you can have a desired color. If you want any change, you can have. You can have a font size. This is a CSS, which is going to render dynamically. That's it. You have saved. Now let me refresh it. When you refresh, you have a default style sheet value. We can fix in a minute. Let's test the switches: light, blue, pink, and dark. It looks as what we have saw in the beginning. But when you refresh it, it has a default style. But here, I am setting it as sky theme. When I refresh it, it stays in the sky. It stays in the light. We can do it with a simple session storage of JavaScript, and go and have one variable called style, which has a local storage set item, which is style, and the same style goes under this theme. Before start switch, can set the style here as a value of theme, and at the initial of the file, I can say if style is equal to null, you can have the default light themed app. So set theme has to be light, else the set theme should be go along with the style. Now I can save it. Go ahead, refresh it. Oops, we have to get the item of style. Okay, now we refresh it. Go blue, pink, dark. Once you refresh it, it stays in the dark. That's all about it, guys, for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment me below, and just follow my Facebook page, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and click the bell icon to get my latest video updates. Thank you.